Hey, this is Kurt from corerunning.com. Now, further to my article I wrote about cramping and running form and my tightness of my adductors, I want to show you in this video some of the things I'm doing to help improve that flexibility and strength in the adductors. Now, I'm going to show you on a slide board. Doing this at home, you can buy something called gliding discs. You can get versions that are made for, these are made for hardwood floors. Okay, you can also get ones that work on a carpet. But same things I'm going to show you here on the slide board, we can do at home on these gliding discs, okay? Go online, Google gliding discs, or go to your local fitness store and they'll probably have them in stock, okay? So I'll show you what I was doing, or I should be doing more of this winter to help my adductors in the flexibility. So what I've got here is a slide board, okay? And this is just a great training tool to, for a lot of ice skaters and hockey players use it, but runners and trail runners can also use it to great benefit. So one of the things I can do on this is do a side lunge on the board, all right? So what that's going to do is, as I come out to the side, there's a couple of different variations, but if I go into a side lunge like so, it's getting a nice pull in that adductor, the inner thigh muscle here, but what also I'm doing is it's being loaded as it's lengthening. And that's how these muscles work when we're running, or especially trail running. And as I mentioned in my article, my adductors were seizing up a lot in the second half of the ultra that I ran. So coming out to the side, dropping down into a side lunge, gets a big pull here, you load this leg and pull it back. Now I can also do it another way, and that's by sliding this leg out and putting that into a side lunge and putting the weight on this leg and then pulling it back in, okay? Both versions are good to do. Sliding in and coming back in, all right? Another great thing you can do is something called a rotation squat. So I'm just gonna take these off. Now you don't need a slide board or any special equipment for this. Just gonna move that out of the way, move this out of the way. And it's really easy to do. What we're gonna do is picture that you're standing in the center of a clock face. You're facing 12 o'clock. And then I'm going to use my right leg. I'm going to step out to about the 4 o'clock position. And I'll just show it to you and then I'll talk about it. So I'm going to step back, bend the back knee, drop down into a squat position or lunge, boom, and come back up. All right? So as I drop back, I'm loading the back leg here. So more of the weight's going onto the back leg. So I'm loading that glute and the leg. And the front leg, I'm getting a nice pull through the hamstrings and also the inner thigh. So you notice in my front leg, the toes come pointing up, all right? So that helps me load that back leg and then push back, and also gets me that lengthening, stretching in the front leg. Going the other way, think about going to about 8 o'clock position. If I'm going with the left leg, step back, drop down, and push back up. Step back to about 8 o'clock, get a nice pull, and come back up. Now, eventually you can use dumbbells and things like that, but this is more of a mobility, flexibility exercise as opposed to a true strengthening exercise. The same thing with the side lunges. You can incorporate those earlier in your program, near the beginning, as a kind of a warm-up even. And then later in your program, do weighted squats or deadlifts or weighted lunges as a more pure strengthening kind of movement, okay? So these are mobilizers and flexibility type exercises, but they'll really develop that flexibility. And they both also work in different planes of motion. The side lunges, all right, will work in that frontal plane, the side-to-side plane, and those rotation squats work in that what we call the transverse or rotational plane. So again, really good for runners or anybody to get kind of some multi-dimensional training into their programming. So give those a go if you've got some tight adductors or tight hamstrings, and you'll probably notice an improvement over time in the flexibility because you're lengthening, but you're also loading those muscles as well. Good luck.